Election day is almost here, and we are counting down to 6:30 tomorrow morning when the polls open across North Carolina. Just 13 hours, 22 minutes to go. And while all the votes must be cast by 7:30 p.m., we may not know the results right away. After the last election in 2020, it took several days for a lot of states to finalize their results. Now, election deniers claim that there was something criminal going on and that we should have had the results election night. But that's not how the process works. In this segment of North Carolina Votes 101, WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie explains why it sometimes takes a while to get the results.
I'm here at the Wake County Board of Elections where they're already starting to process the absentee ballots so we can get results back a little bit more quickly tomorrow night. But you won't have final results until the end of next week. Election officials say the process is designed that way for security and to make sure everyone's vote counts. North Carolina law allows county election officials to run accepted absentee ballots through a tabulator before Election Day. But they don't know who's winning because they're not allowed to actually add up the votes until 5 p.m. on Election Day. Those early votes are usually the first ones you'll see reflected in the results. And North Carolina voters like to vote early, so those first results you see may represent half or more of the total vote. After that, the process slows down. The polls officially close at 7:30 p.m. Election Day, but anyone in line at their precinct at that time will be allowed to vote. When each precinct is finished, officials have to tabulate the results, secure the machine and ballots, and physically drive them over to the County Elections Board where they'll be added up. In large counties with a lot of precincts, that can take a while. Even by later election night, the results still aren't final yet. Ballots from absentee voters that were postmarked by Election Day can be counted if they arrive in the mail by the third day after the election. This year, because Friday is Veterans Day, the deadline is Monday, the 14th. Under state law, ballots arriving from overseas and military voters up to 9 days after the election are eligible to be counted as long as they were postmarked by Election Day. Election officials also have to research provisional ballots cast on Election Day. The bipartisan county board decides whether to accept or reject those. These late counted votes usually make up only a tiny fraction of the total vote, but in a very close race, they can change the outcome. Election results aren't actually official until 10 days after the election. Laura Leslie, WRAL News, Raleigh.
So it pays to be patient. On election night, count on WRAL for the fastest results and most comprehensive coverage. Starting at 8 p.m., WRAL News and NBC News will partner for results and analysis on local and national races. Watch WRAL's 11 o'clock news for a wrap of the big local races. NBC is tracking the national picture until 3 a.m. on WRAL.